Hey George, how are you? I talked to you yesterday and we talked about that I would record a video for you on how to sell stuff on eBay. Specifically, I think you're looking for baseball cards. I've sold cards on eBay, but not baseball cards. I had a baseball card collection. I recently sold it when I moved in with Anna. I recently sold it mainly because it was like 3 boxes of stuff, and it doesn't have a lot of room here, and I'm ready to kind of get rid of stuff that may or may not be valuable in storage. So I did sell the bulk of my collection to a dealer, but it was all like commons and stuff that I just didn't place any value on. Um, I do, and I sold my entire collection for like 150 bucks. And given today's date, given what I had, which was mostly like some 70s stuff, and but also late 80s and 90s, early 90s stuff, like Score and Pinnacle and things like that. And I had some autographs too. And these autographs were not verified, but I just bundled that in the whole thing, and I felt lucky to get 150 bucks for it because just the stuff from the 90s is not really valuable. And I heard you say that you have mostly 90s stuff, and you're probably hearing that too. So I'm not trying to belabor the point. Here's a way where you can find out if like what you have is valuable. So that's kind of what this video is about, and what you can do if you do have something you think that you want to sell or put on eBay. Two things. First of all, with regard to eBay, the most important thing in on eBay is your reputation, your feedback rating. So if we go here to eBay, and I kind of go up here to my eBay, you'll see that my rating is 55. And if I click on that, you'll see that I have, in the last month, I have 9 positive reviews. Last 6 months, 13. Last 12 months, 13. So, and it lists all my feedback here. I'll be honest, I will do anything to keep my user rating high, because if people don't trust you, your ability to sell on eBay is screwed. Honestly, I mean, people just won't buy from you, and they'll be reluctant to put a bid in on something that you list. So having a good rating, even maybe putting some stuff on eBay that's not really valuable initially, maybe up to 10 times, just to get your feedback rating up, is something I absolutely recommend. And just do anything you can to satisfy those customers. Um, and we can talk more about like like what I do to do that individually. That might be one of the questions you might have. But start small, and just put a few things on there, maybe up to 10 things, just so that you people can show that you are someone that can be trusted. Um, Putting something really valuable up there with a zero feedback rating is probably not going to be good, mainly because it's people just aren't going to want to bid on it. Something so valuable. So keep that in mind. So that's why I think start small and get maybe up to 10 things there, so you can start small and then start to add more valuable things. I think that makes sense. So so the first thing, so one other thing is that there are kind of two ways to sell bulk and individual cards. Individual cards is a pain in the ass, honestly. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna list an individual card here today. I'm gonna basically show you the process I take to list individual cards. Selling things in bulk, it's not as valuable, it's not as good. You won't get as much money for your collection, but you don't have to deal with the hassle of selling everything individually, which and honestly, unless you have something. So what I did is I held back a number of cards. I'm going to show you one of them today. that I didn't include in my bulk sell, so that because I knew it was more valuable than your standard card. So that's it. Let's kind of get into it. So the first thing you need to know if you're going to be selling your cards and stuff on eBay is how to grade your cards. There are groups called PSA, that honestly it's depending on how much your card is worth. It depends on how much they grade your card. For your really valuable cards, it might be worth it. I feel like I've got a card here that could probably be graded, and you know, uh, basically it just means that people will trust your card better, if they see someone independently has verified that your card is like a near mint card or an excellent card or a very good card. They trust that and they feel like they can bid appropriately. Without that, it's kind of like your word against theirs, and so for those grading services like PSA, again, if we're reserving those for your more valuable cards, for other cards where you don't want to use PSA because it's too expensive to grade every single card or too much of a pain in the ass to do that, there are websites that tell you how to grade your card. So